Well, hey everybody, Mr. Mac here, and we are back with Restart, Chapter 19. And I can't wait to get into it because I'll reveal if you don't remember, but think about, think back, if you were with me on Chapter 18, who is this? What point of view is this chapter in? But before that, I want to show you something. And I'm going to do my best to kind of wield this uh, my, my phone so you can see it. In my class this year, my students did book projects, a book project every marking period, and they got to choose from three different. They had three different choices. They could do they choose a book and do a movie poster on it, and the movie poster, there was a certain a bit of criteria to make this awesome movie poster. But if they read a book like Holes, for instance, Holes already has a movie made from the book. They couldn't just duplicate that. They had to come up with their own movie poster. Something brand new, something fresh. So they could also do a book in the box. A book in the box was kind of like a 3D interpretation of the book. The box was decorated like the book with the author and all that cool stuff. They had 8 items inside, each item representing an important part of the book. Or they could do a PowerPoint, and a PowerPoint was about the book, and it had its own criteria. One of my young ladies this year read Restart, and she did her book project on it, and she chose to do a movie poster, and I had to bring it home. Cleaning out the classroom, we got to go over to the classroom for just a little bit, a few of us at a time, to kind of clean up, you know. Anyway, I didn't want to put this away because it's so appropriate. So this is my awesome young lady's poster, Cameron. She did her book, as I said, on Restart. This was her movie poster here. So she picked some awesome art, with Chase's brain injury. This is just perfect. It catches your eye like movie posters are wont to do. She has the title. Over here she has a bit of the summary of the book, or the movie. Over here are some critics, what critics might say about the book. She even has chosen actors to play. There is Tom Holland, Chloe Grace Moretz. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Young actress, I'm sure. Zac Efron, Nicholas Hoult, Tyler Posey, and of course that's my young lady's. That's my young lady there. But she did such an amazing job. Of course, this was an A+. She did fantastic. So I just had to show you that. I wanted to bring it home and put it on here so that this could open uh, our chapter 19 reading this evening. And what I like best about it is sitting here. I'm kind of all tucked in here. And the movie poster's in back of me. I like that too. So in chapter 19, chapter 18, sorry, we were in Chase. We were in Chase's point of view, and he and Shoshana are by Chase's admission too, but we can see it, are getting closer. They're getting closer. They're becoming closer friends. We know how mom and dad feel about Chase, Shoshana's mom and dad. We know how Joel feels about Chase. And in this chapter, Shoshana, with the project they're working on, the video project, Shoshana just doesn't trust the computers at school. And you know as well as I do, with computers, there are glitches and things can get lost. You know yourself, sometime this year or some school year, you've lost a paper or something. It went into cyberspace somehow. Shoshana's terrified that something like that's going to happen with all the hard work they've been doing. So every day when they're finished working, they stop, and she backs up all the filming and all of the taping and everything they do on one of those sticks, so that even if she loses everything in school, she has it backed up. She has it right there. So she does it all the time. So in the last chapter, they stopped at her house. Chase waited outside, of course, because, you know, Chase is forbidden to come in that house. He heard music playing. He walked to the window as Joel was playing his piano, and as he walks to the window, Mitzi, their guard dog, and I think Mitzi's a little dog, attacked, and Chase fell into the bush right at the window. Poor guy. Sticker bush and sticks and everything else just stabbing him, and it was quite painful, bloody and all that stuff. The dog, even though the dog was biting his jeans, the dog didn't bite him, didn't break his skin. Mom came running out, and the only reason she didn't call the police was because Chase was saying, "I'm not stalking, I'm here, I'm waiting for Shoshana," and Shoshana backed up his story, you know. But finally, Mom said, "You can't let you go that way, come in." So Chase got to go in, and Mom got some medicine on those boo-boos. And, you know, so by the end of the chapter, they had gone back again to back up more footage. And this time, Shoshana said, "Well, what are you waiting for? Come on." Invited Chase in. So things are evolving. Things are changing between the two of them. And I dare say, maybe even with Mom, too, if Chase is allowed to come in the house, slowly but surely, you never know. Chapter 19 is Bear. I can't wait to get into this Meathead's head. Now, I had said before, I have a bit of hope for Aaron. I have no hope for Bear. Bear's already painted himself dark. He is a total meathead. He is loud, he's obnoxious, he is a bully. He only cares about himself. He has no remorse for anything that's happened. He's blaming everyone else. He's blaming Joe and everyone else, the town, the school board, for them having to go to what they call the Graybeard Motel to do their community service. I have no hope for Bear, but I am interested to see what is in his head. This is the first time we're reading from his point of view. Chapter 19, Bear Bratsky. When the announcement comes that there's an assembly, we're all psyched. Why wouldn't we be? It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card for the whole morning classes. What's the assembly about? Who knows? Who cares? In the auditorium, the big screen is set up. That means they'll be turning the lights out. The perfect chance to catch a nap for a guy who was playing video games until 3 a.m. Aaron is way ahead of me. He drapes himself into his seat, his legs dangling over the back of the chair in front of him, his arms spread out wide. I fight my way in beside him, and we wrestle for position. "Hey!" exclaims the loser in the row ahead of us, the one with Aaron's size 14 construction boot dangling over his shoulder. But when the kid sees who he's talking to, he gets quiet real fast. He and his friends wander off looking for someplace else to sit. I flake out next to Aaron. "Oh, wake me up when it's all over," he mumbles, already half asleep. "You're the one who's going to be waking me," I retort, and then we exchange a few rabbit punches before settling in for the big snooze fest. Then comes the big surprise. The whole purpose of the assembly is so we can congratulate Chase Ambrose and Shoshana Weber for the amazing video they made for some stupid contest or other. That's all I need. To watch the principal and the teachers lining up to worship the kid who used to be just a guy like me until he fell on his head and suddenly he became smart. It gets worse. We're not just going to worship the video. Oh no. We're going to watch it. All stinking 40 minutes of it. Well, forget about sleeping now. I'm too ticked off. Even Aaron is sitting bolt upright, staring in outrage at Ambrose and Weber on that stage. The video starts, and that's when my head really explodes. The thing is called Warrior, and it's about that geezer Solway, the meanest old Dumbledore in the entire Graybeard Motel. No wonder the two of them spent so much time with the guy. Beside me, I can practically see steam coming out of Aaron's ears. It's not enough for him to make us look like jerks by doing community service when he doesn't have to, Aaron seethes. No, he has to make a documentary about the place so he can brag to the whole world. And with Shoshana Weber, from the same family that got us put on community service in the first place. And I thought that guy was my friend. Well, all hope for Aaron just went right out the window. Yeah, that was Aaron speaking. Yeah, I have no hope for Aaron either. But Solway, I demanded. What's up with that? Yeah, Aaron agrees. A whole museum full of ancient fossils, and they have to pick the nasty old crab who complains to the nurses if his cookie's off center on the plate. Aaron, that's not what I mean, and you know it, I hiss. Why him, huh? Not just any old Dumbledore. Solway. No way. No way that's a coincidence. Chase doesn't know anything about that, Aaron says. Remember, he's got amnesia, Bear. If he's got amnesia, I put it darkly. Sounds a little bit convenient to me. Well, he's got amnesia enough to forget that he's our boy, Aaron says bitterly. Yep. I nod. He used to play football. Now he doesn't. He says he's coming back, but I think he's just stringing us along. He's partnered up with a Weber, and he's even got buddy-buddy with Joel Weber. He's making it impossible to get along with him. He acts like he's changed, but he's really just cutting us out. On the screen, there's a close-up photo of a gleaming Medal of Honor. In the voiceover, Shoshana explains that this isn't the actual medal Mr. Solway received. Mr. Wonderful Solway isn't just a hero, he's a modest hero. He never wore the dumb thing because he didn't want people to feel bad that they don't have one. And over the years, he just forgot where he put it. Yeah, right, I mutter. Shh, Aaron hisses. People will hear you. That's a clue, another big clue. They stole that medal. They did. You know what? And when I say they, I mean Chase too. We talked about that. I think you know it too. With the amnesia, Chase has completely forgotten about it. I think Chase also has it. He has it hidden someplace, and of course he has no idea. When it's finally over, Ambrose and the Weber chick get a 5-minute standing ovation. That burns me up, since I know for a fact that the other kids were just as bored as I was. They bring the whole video club up there because they helped, and Mr. Leo reads a letter from the head of the Graybeard Motel thanking the filmmakers for their awesomeness and the school for having such awesome students. Puke! Aaron and I are sentenced to go to that place 3 days a stinking week until we practically are old enough to check in there. And what do we get for it? We get yelled at, that's what, by the nurses and Dumbledores both. And Chase, who's worse than us, gets a love letter from the district. I've never been so happy to get back to the classroom. We can't just do nothing about this, I plead to Aaron. He takes the desk next to me. He's walking all over us. You know he is. And we're letting him. And you know, for the very first time, Aaron doesn't look at me like I'm crazy. Aaron then says, I've got an idea how we can jog his memory. You know, remind him who his real friends are. That's the end of chapter 19. Well, no surprise there. Bear is a meathead. He's a total schmuck. Takes no responsibility whatsoever for anything he's ever done. Where he learned that, how young he was when he started to learn that, I don't know. But it's ingrained in him. Now, I don't. In this book, I have no hope for him. I think he's going to be and remain a schmuck. I told you before I had a shred of hope for Aaron. That just went away with some of the things that Aaron said in this chapter. Aaron's also not taking any responsibility. He really hasn't taken responsibility But he seemed to be a little more sensible, a little more on it. But the whole medal thing, the whole Medal of Honor, yep, I'm convinced that's what happened. They stole it, maybe wanting to hawk it, sell it, get some money for it. Don't know. And probably just before Chase's accident, Chase had it, hit it, and now has no idea about it. So what worries me is what Aaron said. I have an idea how we can jog his memory, how we can remind him who his real friends are. Whew, that worries me. The video that they were watching in the assembly, of course, that's the video for the contest. That's the video that Shoshana and Chase made. I'm worried. I'm worried. I told you. A bit of foreshadowing with that where Shoshana backs up all of her footage every day that they shoot on one of those sticks, so that she's afraid it'll get lost if it's just on one computer, a school computer. So she backs it up every day. I'm worried. The most important thing to Shoshana, and I would venture to say Chase as well, is that footage for the Mr. Solway footage. It worries me. I don't know what Aaron and Bear are going to get themselves up to, but we'll see. Authors have a great way of, great authors, of breathing life into their characters. Villains, antagonists, the main characters or heroes, the protagonists. In this case, our villains are well put. We don't like them as readers. We can see the error of their ways. We can see the darkness in them, and sometimes villains, antagonists. Sometimes by the end of a book, they're part of the solution. They were part of the problem. They can be part of the solution, where there can be redemption for them, where they can make amends and become better, and other times not. And I can't see Bear. Finding redemption or making amends, and I really can't see Aaron doing that either. I don't know. I've lost all hope for Aaron, but that's what happens with villains in good books. Is sometimes we love the villains, we love to hate them, and but not in this case. I'm not a fan of these villains. So take care. Come back for chapter 20. There's only 10 chapters left till the end. Come back. See what's up. The next is Brendan, our friend Brendan. I really think the world of Brendan. If I went to Hiawassee, I think Brendan and I would be best buds. I really like Brendan. He's funny and he's intelligent and he's forgiving and compassionate and giving young man, and I think very talented and highly intelligent, very creative, and just funny as all get out. Take care. I'll see you soon. Mask up when you go out. Keep your hands away from your eyes, nose, and face. Sorry. I'm glad that Cameron's poster's back there. That's awesome. All right, take care. Until the next two we see each other again. Bye-bye.